Picture two backtests that finish with the same dollar profit. One climbs steadily, the other falls into a hole deep enough to make you stop trading before it recovers. Now imagine they contain the exact same gains and losses, only the order differs. Did the backtest look safe because those trades arrived in a fortunate sequence? Final profit cannot answer that. The path to the finish and the drawdown endured along the way matters. A smooth curve can persuade for the wrong reason. A few large winners may carry the result, or losses may cluster only after gains built a cushion. In the original history, that sequence feels inevitable, because you have seen it once. But one observed path does not tell you whether the same outcomes usually produce tolerable pain. We need controlled stresses that expose dependence on particular trades and dependence on order, separately. Freeze one realized trade ledger. The same trades, each trade same $P&L and the original order. This is not parameter search. We are not trying nearby settings, drawing a surface, changing entries, or discovering a strategy. From that ledger, run two stresses. The first independently removes trades. The second keeps every trade but changes order. They answer different questions, so do not blend them into one vague Monte Carlo score. In the dropout stress, every realized trade faces its own coin flip. In this implementation, each trade has a 10% chance of removal and a 90% chance of staying. That does not mean exactly 1 in 10 disappears every trial. One trial may remove none, another may remove several. Survivors keep their original relative order, rebuild the equity path, and both terminal P&L and drawdown can change. This asks whether the result leans too heavily on particular trades. Repeat that removal many times and you get a range, not one answer. Do not stop at the average. Look toward the conservative end. When missing trades are inconvenient, how much reward remains for the drawdown endured? This implementation summarizes dropout with a lower tail return over drawdown ratio relative to the frozen baseline. Read the denominator. Near 1 resembles baseline efficiency. Much smaller says the result depends on which trades survive. Reset to the full ledger. The order stress removes nothing. It takes every realized gain and loss and rearranges them without replacement. Each appears exactly once. This is an order permutation. Do not call it bootstrap sampling. Because addition ignores order, every permuted path finishes at the same terminal P&L, but the journey changes. Losses can bunch before gains, recovery can take longer, and maximum drawdown can grow, although the final dollar result is identical. A path fan makes this visible. Every line starts at the same opening equity and reaches the same finish, but the valleys spread apart. Pair equity with drawdown below its prior peak. Otherwise, the fan can hide the quantity being tested. Then compare the adverse tail of maximum drawdown with observed drawdown. This implementation stores only a 95th percentile drawdown summary for order, not the full raw distribution. Show that number honestly. Do not invent a histogram. Only after you understand both shapes should a gate line appear. In this implementation, the dropout 5th percentile efficiency ratio must be at least 1/2 of baseline. The order path, 95th percentile drawdown, must be no more than 1.5 times observed drawdown. These are configured limits, not statistical laws. A pass says 2 summaries stayed inside their corridor for this fixed ledger. A fail says at least 1 counterfactual exposed excessive sensitivity. Do not make that pass mean more. It does not prove an edge, forecast profit, approve deployment, or say the original sequence was likely. It is not evidence about nearby parameters or a parameter surface. Permutation also breaks calendar order, serial dependence, and market regimes. That makes it a useful simplified stress, not a model of tomorrow. There is no explicit trade count floor here, so a thin ledger can yield unstable percentiles even when the arithmetic is defined. So, did the backtest get lucky with trade order? Do not answer from final profit. Ask whether it remains tolerable when trades vanish independently. Then keep every trade, reorder without replacement, and inspect how deep the paths fall before reaching the same finish. If both stresses remain bounded, you have removed 2 specific reasons for doubt, nothing more. Next, Restore time, keep the strategy frozen, and move through successive periods. Robustness is earned one unanswered failure mode at a time.